Hey guys, GTR here with another old school StarCraft replay cast. This is probably one of the more newer games that I have, as I'll turn on a bit of the music. This is actually from early 2006. We do see these names here and you'll be like, who the hell are these players? Well, I'll tell you who they are. Here at the 11 o'clock position on Luna the Final, as the yellow Zerg is the Zerg player Ju, or Ju, spelled J-J-U. Pretty solid Zerg player, wasn't really too memorable. Played on the pro teams Seoul and Samsung Khan. Was probably most famously known for losing to I Love OOV in a game where I Love OOV went mass ghost to embarrass him on national television. Also was one of the few players to experiment with Queens actually, and ensnare in the Zerg versus Terran and Zerg versus Protoss matchup. And yeah, pretty solid Zerg player, wasn't too memorable unless you were a StarCraft fanatic like myself. And here at the 2 o'clock position is the red Protoss known as Bisu. If you don't know who Bisu is, probably one of, if not the best Protoss player to ever play the game. Multiple time MSL winner. Was unfortunately never able to win an OSL though. Best known for revolutionizing the Protoss versus Zerg matchup against, well, demonstrating it against Savior in the GomTV MSL in March of 2007. So this was probably played around a year or so before that particular final happened. So Bisu wasn't really too known at this point. I believe he played a few Pro League games, qualified for maybe a league or two, but wasn't really the revolutionist as everyone knows him as at this time of this game being played, which is on the PG Tour ladder. Basically back in the day, the biggest ladders in succession were first the Game I ladder, and then the WGZ Tour ladder, and then PG Tour, then IC Cup, before StarCraft 2 came out. Anyway, let's talk about Luna. Luna basically became the de facto boring standard map that everyone played on after its release. First it was Lost Temple, and then after that was Luna, I guess you could say. And then following Luna was Python. And then Fighting Spirit came around, and that kind of became the de facto, everyone knows this map, being that everyone knows and knows the layout and plays. Now that's still the case, I guess you could say. This is a old version of Luna though, even though it is Luna the Final. It's not like Luna the optimized final. And you can see this build order that Ju's gone for is a 2-hatch with the hatchery placed here. So the idea of the hatchery being placed at this particular position is because if you mine your gas from here, then it is not optimal. But if you mine your gas either vertically or from the right, let's say the extractors there, then you get the most efficiency from it. So by having the hatchery here, even though it is a bit of an awkward position, it is the most efficient way of harvesting gas at this position at the top left. You can see Bisu going for a fast expansion, which was, it was a thing at the time, but it wasn't how would I say, well, it wasn't mapped out as much as it is, as it would be a year or so later, when Bisu, quote-unquote, revolutionized how the matchup worked. Because you can see he's grabbing the second gateway before the Cybernetics core to get some Zealot out. Also to help with the wall in. Another part of this era is that players did not really understand how wall-ins worked. So you can see, just in general, you have to cover this whole wide space. So having the 2 gateways helps with that. And also, could see the amount of cannons that Bisu is getting, even though we can see Ju doesn't really have much to apply pressure onto Bisu. He's only got this group of Zerglings with speed. We don't see any sort of Hydralisk down anywhere. And you can also see a very quick second gas. Also, no quick third base from our Zerg player, which is pretty much you have to do that against a Protoss player that is going for a fast expansion. Do see Ju killing off that scouting probe. Is also seeing, we also see Bisu going for that quick Stargate. No quick second gas yet, which is something that is pretty much the norm in modern day PvZ. Because with that quick second gas, you can get the Templar Archives quickly, along with the +1 weapons to augment the ground weapons, the air weapons, I should say. Just basically, it allows you to get all that upgrades that you need to transition into the mid game. Also, another thing to see as well: quick Dragoons to deal with any overlords that are straying around the map. So I think this Dragoon was built just to deal with this overlord here, but I think that that overlord's going to make its way out. See the leg upgrade being built or being researched by Bisu. No Templar Archives just yet, although he has started the saturation at his expansion. See Bisu as well with his first Corsairs going to scout what Ju's doing. And with, yeah, as I expected, with that second gas being built so quickly from Ju, he should be going for Mutalisks. And you can see Bisu, perfect timing, scouts the lava being pulled by the Zerg player and starts to build, or Ju starts to build the Mutalisk and the Scourge to deal with the Corsair. Hydralisk then on the way for Ju, so it looks like he's not committing fully to this Mutalisk tech tree. Also taking a third base here, the natural, of the, I guess you could say that's the 7 o'clock position. Templar Archive's only a fifth of the way done for Bisu, so he's going to get those High Templars out pretty late. Although with this one Stargate, he should have enough to deal with the Mutalisks coming, especially given the fact he does have a cannon. As the expansion's also got a couple of cannons here at the main base. This one cannon will go down for Bisu, but without the Scourge, Bisu should be able to hold off this Mutalisk army of Ju. Ju should do a bit... Yeah, loses another Mutalisk there. I feel like he should have done a bit of a better job splitting those Mutalisks. As Bisu is pulling up that Corsair count. Yeah, no upgrades on the air units. He is getting the Overlord speed though. No Storm research just yet for Bisu, but this expansion is done for our Zerg player as he is starting to drone up. Lurker research nearly done here for Ju. As Bisu's +1 is done, he's also grabbing the Archon. So no Storm just yet. Zealot actually scouting this expansion. Let's see if he can get some damage onto these drones that are being transferred over before those Mutalisks get there. And it looks like Bisu is going to push out with this army. It's around a handful of Zealots, a few Corsairs to deal with the Mutalisk, as well as an Archon to deal some splash damage. And he's actually going straight to the main base of Ju. He's only got one sunken and another on the way. A couple of Lurkers being morphed here. Will these be enough for Ju to hold on? One does burrow. And looks like that is going to force... Oh no! Poor positioning there from Ju with the Zerglings. As these Lurkers have been unburrowed and are moving up, probably trying to save this base. But Ju actually supply blocked a bit. Oh no, nice interception there from Bisu. Going to stop these Lurkers from coming down to this third base. Looks like we've got a bit of a dogfight here in the air between the Corsairs and the Mutalisks. Mutalisks are forced to move back as Bisu Bisu doing a really nice job of stopping these lurkers from getting in. Oh, gets another shot off onto the second lurker, so those will go down. Third on the way for Bisu as well, the mineral natural. Looks like this base will go down as drones are the units that come out of this base. One lurker just there to try and save this base, but it won't be enough, I don't think. You see Bisu just continuing to macro at his main base. Corsairs as well, just roaming around the map, taking down as many Corsairs, Overlords rather, as possible. Oh, doesn't lose that, but it is in very low HP, so probably a Dark Templar or 4 Zealots or so will be able to take that down in due course. Ju still does have these mutas around, but Bisu's Corsair should be able to deal with them, even though they don't have the +1. Actually, it looks like we might see these Corsairs get intercepted. Yes, they will. And Ju is back to droning up after losing quite a few on that attack from Bisu. Bisu does have a sizable army once again though. Lots of Archons. No High Templar actually, which is really interesting. This style of play that Bisu is doing. Very heavy on the Archons. Very... no High Templars at all, just investing all of his guys into Archons. Zealot Archon, a very good unit composition, but when you're fighting against a sunken lurk defense, it's very hard to break through. Observer does come forward. It's only got 4 lurkers. Will this be enough for Ju to hold on as these lurkers actually get surrounded? No Zealots or Hydralists to augment this defense. Archons as well, intercepting the mutas that were coming in from the bottom right. And I don't think Ju has enough to hold on, losing a lot of drones here. And yep, with the +2 and Ju leaves the game. So yeah, interesting look, even though it was a short game, of Protoss versus Zerg in early 2006. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.